So this is some of the equipment that we're going to need for fragging the, the way that I frag my Duncans, depending on the growth pattern that they've got. I'm going to be using this Dremel or rotary tool. You can pick them up relatively cheap. I think this one was probably between 15 and 20 Great British sterling pounds. The tip that I have to cut, use what I've got. This is a diamond blade saw, diamond blade for cutting glass usually. I've tried a few different cutting discs that I've got, and I don't know, these just seem to cut a lot better, a lot cleaner. So we'll get the Duncans out of the tank, we'll power up the tool, and we'll get cutting. Once we've got them cut, I'll give them a bit of a dip, just an antibacterial dip to help repair the flesh. And then I think we're going to put them on here, glue them onto each individual frag plug that we've got. Obviously these frag plugs are quite small. These are meant for, 1 or 2 heads of zoanthids. But with them being quite hardy LPS, I tend to glue them directly onto the rock anyway. The skeletons are really tough. But yeah, we'll get them out of the tank and see how we get on. So we managed to get them cut. Took a bit longer than what I wanted, but we've got 4 individual pieces, which should give us a bit of a better chance to get them in an area with some better flow. And it just means that, they obviously weren't doing well. I could see that they weren't doing well. Sometimes you need to let things take time and they'll get there on their own, but other times you might end up losing the whole colony. So I just felt at this point I needed to step in. So what I'm going to do is get these in some tank water. I'll get them dipped and then we'll get them onto the plugs. So they've all been dipped, they've all been given a bit of a rinse off in fresh water. We've got them on a paper towel and we've got our frag plugs. So I'm just going to bring this rock back in here. I did trim one of them down. There's quite a bit of another stalk coming off there, bit of skeleton, so I trimmed that one down just to make it a bit easier to get on the rock and on the plug. So we'll get some glue. Sure you've all seen how to glue corals on and all know how to glue corals on, so I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs. You all have your own ways of doing it. Some people use Instaset. I don't have any, I never have done. See, Duncans are relatively, well, they are quite hardy anyway. They can tolerate being out of water for a decent amount of time anyway. That's the first one on. So what was I saying? Get another one. Get some more glue on. I have to open the new glue in a minute. Get that on there, but come back once I've got them all glued on and I'll show you where we go. So we've got them all glued onto frag plugs. Glue should be set and we'll get them in the tank. Give them a couple of days, see how they get on. Other Duncans, I know the other ones that I fragged up last week, they didn't take a couple of weeks, they took probably about half an hour to an hour in the tank before they'd completely opened up and were looking great. But because these weren't looking too good anyway, we'll give them a bit longer. So what I've also just done is there was a stray Zoa plug. Sorry about that guys, I was having a technical nightmare. Yeah, obviously I'll try and bury this down a bit so it doesn't look so offensive in the tank. But at least being close up, it gives me easy opportunity to see exactly what's going off. I think that one on the right hand side there, that one looks worst out of all of them. You can see it really has receded. This one on the left still got quite a bit of flesh. Polyps are ready to come out. But it'll just be a matter of time. The place where they are at the moment, this is one of the strongest flowing bits of the tank. You see the dunks next to it, they enjoy that flow. And the other two that I fragged, they really enjoy the flow and the light. So I'm hoping that being down here on the bottom, we start to see some improvements. And once, if they do fully open up and improve, I'll probably try and sell these on, because I've just got so many in the tank, far too many to keep up with, and I'm running out of places for other things that I want. And I've never, although it might not look it, not always been one for a cluttered sandbed. I like quite a clear bottom. I would never go no sand, but I do like there to be a sandbed and I like it to be pretty clear. So we'll see how we get on. I'll keep you updated on the progress of these, good or bad. You know, if they don't make it, then they don't make it. I'm still learning. I think that's the beauty of the reef hobby, is that you're always still learning, and no matter how many times you do things, something could always go wrong. So I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See, if you subscribe, you'll get notified when I upload the next video on progress of an all matter of things, whether it be a Zoa rock, Duncans, new fish, or anything that's in the pipeline really.